What's up, guys? So I got a package today. It's for the DRZ this time, not the 600 build, but yeah, so right there you can see it's a new headlight. So here we go. Here's the light. Yeah, basically floods, spots, as you can see, they look a little different, but yeah, so I'm gonna get to figuring out how I want to install this. So right now I'm in the process of taking the fender off the front light to be able to get to a bolt, or bolt right there. Got to that one. Now I just have to get that one and the other one that's up there. The wires up here like this is to my heated grips. I'm going to reorganize that to this light down here. These go to these lights. So yeah, now I'm just going to take this out and figure out how I want to mount that one up. So basically it looks like this metal frame right here goes up all the way around the light. Just undo these two, and this should come down. I will have to cut the zip ties here to get the whole headlight out, but yeah. Got all the bolts out now, and when you pull out the headlight, as you see, the turn signal relay comes with it, so you're gonna have to pull it off and figure out where you want to remount that to. Once you pull the headlight out, you also have to disconnect the bulb. Yeah, here is the turn signal relay. As you see, it just pops into the little rubber clip there, and then there's on the headlight, just goes right there. So yeah, now I'm gonna figure out how I want to mount this light to that. Okay, right now I have to run to Menards and get a little bit of plate metal so that basically I can make a bracket that comes out a little farther so I can mount the light. And then I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to modify this to get the light to look right and work right and all that stuff. Okay, so I got the bracket made. Basically the bracket is going to go just like that, and then I have to drill a hole for the light. There's brackets on both sides, and then I am running to the hardware store right now because inside this light, as you see, there's a perfect spot for a bolt. I just need to get a smaller in terms of length, just a little smaller. And I also need to pick up a couple of these because this bolt is for the stock headlight that goes through, but it doesn't have a nut for it because the nut is welded onto the headlight right there's the nut. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just running to the hardware store to get shorter one, a couple more of these. So I got the brackets mounted on there, right there, and then as you see, okay, I got both the holes drilled for the bolts that come out the sides. No, these are not the bolts I'm going to use. The bolts I'm going to use are way shorter, probably about yay long, and fully threaded on both sides. And then I decided I was going to move these a little bit, so I got the holes drilled there, hole drilled there. Now I'm just going to put the light on and see how it looks. Okay, so right now I have it all mocked up. It's plugged into the normal headlight plug. Just had these still long bolts. Still got to readjust stuff, but yeah, so basically there's the low beam, there's the high spot beam. So low spot. Okay, what's up, guys? So it is actually the next day, because what really sucks is the hardware store was closed last night and I couldn't get the hardware that I needed, like this stuff right here. So smaller bolts, a locking nut, and one little tiny screw right here that goes to right here, that the other one basically kind of stripped out and wouldn't work. And I'm hoping this is the right thread pitch and will work, but we're gonna find out. So yeah, okay, I got the right size bolts put in there. See, there's one on that side, one on that side, and also I am going to be caulking around the bolt once I get everything tightened down, just to make sure that no water can get in. And then also, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but there's a pretty dang big gap in between the lens and the light like that, so I'm also going to caulk down there because this is my main headlight. I don't want any moisture under. So yeah, now I'm going to be cutting this down. So if you see right there and right there, I don't need all this extra stuff, so I'm going to be grinding it, or not grinding it, but using an air cutting wheel and going to be cutting it off so it looks a little cleaner and sleeker. And then I'm also going to be figuring out what I have to cut in in terms of this plastic to be able to make this light work with this. Okay, it's mounted up. As you can see, it's all tightened in, isn't moving. I don't know about like the adjustment yet, or if I need to like slide it this way, slide it that way. I don't know yet, but yeah, so now that's mounted. Now what I have to do is I have to start cutting up this. As you can see, I started just a little bit, got some marks, like I got to cut right there, cut right there, same with up there. And okay, so this is the rough idea of what it's going to look like. So basically, the light is in, it's bolted in, the plastic is back on. Right now the light wire is super long, so I just wrapped it around that, but unfortunately I cut it just a little bit too big up here. Right here, it's okay, it sticks out a little bit, but now I'm going to go check the angle of it outside in the dark. Okay, so I went back and shortened the wire. See if it'll focus here. No. Anyways, so I soldered all of these on, shortened the wire, and then I'm going to go straight into the headlight plug there. Got my heated grips hooked back up, spotlights, heated grips. But yeah, so now I'm just doing that. Gonna wrap it up, put the plastic back on, put the fender on, and it should be good to go. Okay, it's all done. Fender's put back on, obviously lights on, all plastics are on. So that's running everything, all the floods and on low, and then floods and